Dragons, I am back. So I'm here to do a new reading vlog. Basically, I'm gonna do a reading vlog over the next couple of months. I'm gonna try to do it quicker rather than later, where I read two books that either my favorite booktubers recommend or don't recommend, and just to see, depending on what videos they post. Some people don't post worst books of the year list, some people do. So the first person that has posted at least their best books of the year list is Leandra from the TBR Zero. I will link her below, and I have loved watching her content. She's just such a fun person in this community. She's a very diverse reader, which is something that I always look for in content creators because I like to read a little bit of everything. So I have three books that I'm really interested that I kind of pulled from her TBR that she says was her favorite books of the year. One is Little Thieves by Margaret Owen, which has been on my TBR for so long. I was supposed to read this for so many projects, but I'm finally gonna read it. And if I can find the video where Leandra, actually we were going to do a collab, but I think it got pushed, I will try to link that video in here to show you it, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. But this is the audiobook, the physical book that I'm going to try to read for this vlog. And then I have two audiobooks that I have heard Leandra talk about a while. One is called The Mysterious Letter Affair by Alexis Hall. I will attach a photo here. Hi friends, I'm back. So I am going to chat a little bit about my physical read, which is Little Thieves by Margaret Owen. And I wound up reading about the first 100 pages of it. And I have to admit, I'm intrigued. The first time I read this, I think I was like really confused, and I only gave it like 20 pages before I stopped, but I'm like very intrigued. So you basically follow this character named Vanya, and her mom wind up like giving her to Fortune and Death, and they will act as her godmothers, and now she has kind of kidnapped someone's life, and she's pretending to be a princess. And basically she has 2 weeks before her world kind of falls apart, before her husband comes back, but she's impersonating someone. So the whole first thing is kind of her realizing her actions sort of have consequences. And now she's kind of teaming up with the person that cursed her to kind of figure out how to get her life back. And originally she's doing all this stuff because she wants to be free of her godmothers and she wants to have her own life. So I read the first section, which was called Godmothers, which is basically about her relationship with her godmothers. And now I'm going to head into the second tale. I'm going to give you guys an update when I finish part one and give you guys like my full thoughts. I still feel like there's a lot to the story that I'm like missing, but I'm very intrigued. So and these illustrations are just so pretty. So yeah, when I get up to like the third tale or like part two, I will give you guys a solid update, and that will be like 138 pages in. I think I'll have a solid more update. But so far, I'm very intrigued, and I'm happy that I picked it up. I know that this is Margaret from a Word Nerd, her favorite. Obviously, it's Leandra's because I'm reading it. Me and Leandra were supposed to do a video earlier this year where we read each other's book, like favorite books of the year. So I'm kind of doing two videos at once. I'm reading her favorites, but I was supposed to read this anyway. Just it got away from me over the summer. But yeah, I will give you guys an update when I get up to part two. I just don't know when that will be. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye. Hey friends, I'm back for another update. I did wind up getting up to the third tale, which is basically part two, The Lie of Pearl in Little Thieves. And I'm really intrigued right off the bat. There has definitely been a character that I'm like very intrigued by, and he had a very prevalent part in the first section of the story. But basically what the story is you have a main character who's basically on a time clock because she has got into a lot of trouble, and the only way she can break this curse is if she makes redemptions. And she is currently stolen the identity of the person she was supposed to be like working for. She's pretending to be a princess. And I think she has to like team up with a couple of characters to try to save her life. And it's very intriguing. She's also the goddaughter of these two, Fortune and Death, which I think is interesting and compelling. And I really like the main character's dynamic with, what's his name? Emmerich. I just like their dynamic a lot. It was just a fun dynamic. So I hope we get to see him again. But yeah, so my next check-in will be like in about like 100 more pages. So I don't know how long that's going to take. I also have to, well, maybe a little bit more than that because I'm on page 138 and my next check-in would be like the every 12, so that would be like a pretty big chunk. Oh, actually, maybe I could do it a little bit sooner. Whenever the next tale happens, I don't know when that is. The 5th tale, the Loyal Maiden. So 284, 4th tale. So you guys, I didn't want to get up to page 272.
I think I got it.
Hey Dragons, I'm back. I just want to do a quick update. I did wind up getting up to part 2, which is the 3rd tale in Little Thieves, and I am really enjoying it. We had a very nice moment between a character that I'm really enjoying. The dynamic between the characters is fun. I think that this is going to be a very, very big morality tale for our main character, and that is like makes sense if it's kind of fairy tale-esque. So I am on page like 138, and just like tale wise I want to get up to page 272 just so I can kind of keep reading. This is also a very, very chunky book. It's like over 500 pages, or about 500. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take a little bit of a reading break. I am trying to frantically catch up on YouTube videos. I also have crafting night with Lexi, Kate, Mel, and I think Cassidy, and I'm going to try to focus that on like my content creation and stuff like that. But I would definitely like to, by tonight, I definitely would like to get up to the 4th tale and just read this chunk because I am enjoying it. Sorry, my dad's talking. But I am enjoying it. I think that I'm happy that I pushed through. I like a fairy tale story, and she's a very like unlikable character, but I think there will be a lot of growth in her character, and I hope we get to see Emmerich again just because I'm really enjoying him. But yeah, so I'm gonna take a little bit of a reading break. I'm gonna charge my battery so if I decide to film later I can. I'm gonna go work out, try to catch up on my YouTube queue as well, and I will update you guys in the next section. But so far I am enjoying it. I like that we sort of get these tales that kind of connect to the story, and I do like the main character. She's just very unlikable, so I'm curious where the story actually goes in the end. So I will talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hi Bird Dragons, I'm back. So today I actually had to go and get an allergy test done, so I wound up finishing Little Thieves by Margaret Owen. And I really enjoyed this book. I think that it was very long, and I think I struggled with it a little bit in the beginning just because the character is very unlikable. But the story did grow on me, and it's definitely very much like a fairy tale-esque read. I like the unexpected romance that builds in it, and I just like the characters. They were like very engaging, and I thought this book was going to be something totally different than it was, but I really enjoyed it. So I'm going to give it like 4 stars for review. Another solid pick from Leandra. So thank you, because I finally got around to reading it, and I'm really happy that I did. This has been a book that's been on my TBR for quite a while, so I was happy to see it on a list because that's how I motivate myself to read. So that's probably going to be the last book I read in this vlog unless I decide to do something different. But yeah, the next clip will be me wrapping up the 2 books that I read from her, I think, unless like I decide to add another book. We'll see how long the vlog is because I didn't really give you guys a solid update on this. But I liked it. I thought it was an intriguing read, different but captivating. So yeah, I am going to go take a break because I think I need to take a little bit of a reading break. I have a lot of stuff to do for my other vlog, which is like a reset vlog, and I'm not ready to start that yet or start anything else. So I will talk to you guys when I have done that, and then we will check back in when I'm done with this vlog because I'm going to go listen to the audiobook for this as I'm editing and cleaning. So see you guys in a bit. This is a fantasy murder mystery, I think. I really don't know what it's about. I know that it has Sherlock and Holmes elements to it, which I'm excited. I'm probably going to start this today when I take this little, you can't really see her, this little, come here. This little girl for a walk. And then I also have Hunt the Stars, which I will attach a photo here. Hey friends, so the first book for this vlog that Leandra from TBR0 recommended was The Affair of the Mysterious Letter by Alexis Hall. I did attach a photo previously, but this is like a murder mystery, but it's like loosely inspired by Sherlock Holmes, and it kind of turned the whole myth on its head. So you have this very like Holmes-like character, and he winds up moving in to this Sherlock Holmes' house, and Holmes Sherlock Holmes is a girl, which I like, and she is also like a wizard or like a witch, and I just like it. There's like a murder mystery element, there's someone that's being blackmailed, and it's just a fun time. And like you could say that Watson is like breaking the fourth wall a lot. It's very, very gender queer. There's a lot of stuff like that. Like the main character's old ex is coming to kind of like get help because she's being blackmailed. And then you have our main character being in all these very, very unexpected situations, but he keeps like breaking the fourth wall to kind of tell you different things. And because it is set in a fantastical world, the way that he does it is just really, really fun. But I have read about, I'm almost on to chapter 12 because I have like 44 seconds left, and I'm really liking it. I've never read anything by this author before. They have written a lot of things in a lot of various genres. I think I have Mortal Follies on my TBR as well, but I really like it. I love listening to my mysteries and thrillers just because it keeps me doing things. So yeah, I'm gonna go read to another like, probably I'm gonna read like another like honestly more like 10 more chapters and give you guys an update. But one of the mysteries is now afoot and I'm intrigued. So I will see you guys when I am done with 10 more chapters. I don't know when that's going to be, but I will see you guys in a little bit. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Book Dragons, I'm back for the update of, let me see what's the name, I forget the name of it. Sorry, you're gonna hear my dog, she's crying. The Affair of the Mysterious Letter by Alexis Hall. I'm really enjoying it. I think going into it thinking as a procedural with like a lot of crime elements is super fun, and I'm just enjoying it. I love the narrator, I love the characters. The world is like, you know, it's obviously a fantastical world, so sometimes because it's the first book in a series and I think it's kind of like the latter half, the narrator of the story is doing a pretty good way of describing it, but I'm not totally clear on the whole world building, and I think that's just because it's the first book in a series, or maybe a first book in a series, so that's like falling a little bit flat for me because it's not a world I'm that familiar with, and I think it's more focused on the murder mystery elements or the mysterious letter elements, but I'm liking it. I'm loving the dynamics between the two characters. It's definitely giving me Sherlock Holmes and Watson vibes, and I'm just having a fun time listening to it. It reminds me of when I listened to the T.E. Kinsey book that has like a fun dynamic between the two main characters, and I'm just like enjoying it. It's fun. I really hope we get more books in this world in this series because right now it's just like a fun listen. But yeah, Spotify, I don't really know how to tell like how many hours I have left, to be honest with you. I think I have 3 hours and 49 minutes left, I think. But I'm also listening to it on 2 times speed, so I'm not really sure. But I am on chapter 36, so when I get up to chapter 46, I'll probably try to give you an update. I'm like doing a bit of reorganization for 2024 right now, and I have a bit of a headache, so I'm not gonna look at my book for a while. I'm gonna read probably later, but I want to like do that. I want to organize. I want to do my Goodreads shelves, and I really just want to do that. So that's what I'm gonna go do, and I will update you guys when I get up to chapter 46. I don't know when that will be, but right now it is about 2:07. I just got home from my errands and my hair and all that other stuff. As you can see, it looks all nice today. It looks nice like one day and then it doesn't look so nice anymore, but that's okay. So yeah, I am going to go do that, and I'll be back with another update. And I'm still debating if I'm going to add another book to this vlog. I read 2. Little Thieves was like 4 stars. This is probably going to be a 4-star read, but I'm intrigued by one more in Leandra's video, so I may add that. We will see. But yeah, I will talk to you guys in a little bit for another update. Bye. Dragons, I'm back. I am here to do an update for The Affair of the Mysterious Letter by Alexis Hall. Hopefully at some point I would have attached a photo. I'm really liking this book. I think it's a super fun time, and I think it has a lot of the elements that works for me. I am a sucker for a Sherlock Holmes retelling that is like a storytelling device that I super like. I also like that it's a little bit different because it is definitely set in a fantastical world, but like as the audience, you don't know anything about this world. So it's just really fun to hear the main character sort of tell you the story. I would love to see more adventures of these 2 characters. I think this world is just so fun, and it's like you don't have to think too hard about it, but you know, the narrator tells you a story. Basically it's about, you know, these two characters, a very, very Sherlock Holmes dynamic, but it's sort of set in a fantastical world. Definitely very inspired by Regency romances and like those tropes, which I'm also really, really liking, and I'm really, really quite fond of it. Like, I'm just really, really loving it. I really want to check out more by Alexis Hall in the future. I have a fantasy book by her, and there's a romance one. Sorry, my dog is upset because she didn't get to go outside and play. Sorry, you might see her right here. That's her. No, she moved. She's right here. You want to say hi? No, she doesn't say hi. She's upset. But I am really liking it, and there she is. Why? Hi, you want to say hi to the camera? No. Just want to lick me? Hi. Hi. So that is what I feel about this book. I really am liking it. And I think it's probably going to wind up being like a 4-star, but I really am happy that I picked it up because I didn't know that this author had anything like this before, so that's really, really cool. And I'll see you guys for another update. I'm on chapter 30, basically, so when I get up to chapter 40 at some point, I would like to like go and craft for a little bit today, so when I'm crafting, I will take my audiobook with me as well. But yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Dragons, I'm back to actually end this vlog. It actually went quicker than I thought because I wound up picking up the final book and reading it during work when I went back to work. But I did wind up finishing The Mysterious Letter. I don't know what order this vlog is going to be in, to be very, very honest. But I'm going to wrap it up here because it was the last book that I finished. I actually really enjoyed this book. It definitely had a nice balance of fantasy elements but also mystery elements. I feel like because it was such a heavy fantastical world that was very unknown to me, I think I wish I almost would have read it physically just because I like the audio. I love listening to thrillers, but I feel like the world wasn't as clear for me as I had wanted. So I only gave it 4 stars. A very, very high 4 stars, but a 4 stars nonetheless. And also, Little Thieves was also a 4-star read. I felt very connected to the characters. I like the fairy tale retelling. I thought it was very, very fun. Sorry, my dog is doing something that she probably shouldn't. But overall, I gave these 2 books 4 stars. And I think Leandra has very, very good taste. I also really liked her Whispering Dead pick, which she gave me earlier in the year. So Leandra, a solid person to get book recs from. I also do have more on my TBR for her. I'm going to probably pull her for one of my 12 recs for 12 friends game as well. She's also hosting the TBR-a-thon, which is going live now. So if you have not checked her out, please do. She's delightful. She is such a light to the community, and I'm really happy that I chose some books that she loved this year because they were really, really fun to pick. So I'm going to go wrap up this vlog. Let me know in the comments if you are going to check out any of the books that I read in this video, or if you're going to check out any of the books on my top reads of the year list. I personally am always wrecking Isles of the Gods and Trust of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson, but I would love to see if you're going to pull a pick from this video or one of my videos that I posted in the last month, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Cass!